The East Room, White House, March 17th, 2025, 9:59 a.m. Cameras bob like restless gulls above a sea of reporters. Every network badge is present. CNN, Fox, NBC, BBC, NHK, Al Jazeera, even a lone vice crew leaning on tripods plastered with duct tape slogans. Against the Baroque gold curtains, a brushed steel podium bears the presidential seal and a simple placard. Press conference. Elon Musk, Director of Strategic Innovation. The hum of people talking politics, speculating markets, and cursing broken Wi-Fi feels like static before lightning. MSNBC's Rachel Maddow adjusts her earpiece. Tucker Carlson, credentialed as an independent, swaps laconic nods with Ben Smith of Semaphore. Bob Woodward stands quietly, spiral notebook ready, eyes tracking everything. At 10 a.m. exactly, Elon Musk strides in. No suit. He wears a charcoal SpaceX flight jacket over a crisp white shirt. The gold collar pin of a senior executive in the Trump administration glints at his throat. Behind him walk Kayleigh McEnany, now press secretary again, Peter Thiel, special advisor, and General Jack Keane, acting national security advisor. Secret Service agents fan out, but Musk waves them back. He places a transparent polycarbonate attaché on the podium, flips a biometric clasp, and withdraws a sheaf of paper sealed in red tape marked top secret / HCSB / no foreign / Orcon. The hall falls silent. Only staccato shudder, clicks remain. Musk, good morning. I will speak plainly, then release these documents so everyone, citizen, senator, or Substack writer, can read and judge. No more anonymous leaks, no more rumor. The truth live. He taps a finger on the packet. Musk, 43 hours ago, I received an ultimatum. Resign my post or face coordinated regulatory retaliation. SEC investigations into Tesla's 2021 share issuance. Commerce Department pauses on Starlink export licenses. Air Force cancellation of the Valkyrie heavy lift contract. And, yes, a classified DOJ referral alleging sensitive technology transfer because a Ukrainian soldier tweeted latency results. The ultimatum came not from President Trump, not from Congress, but from an unelected network entrenched across agencies. Some call it the deep state. I didn't believe in such a thing until their emails landed in my secure inbox. Gasps, pins race. Anderson Cooper raises a hand, but Musk presses on. Musk, you will see code names, Project Zephyr, Integrity Shield, Operation Barnacle. They read like Tom Clancy leftovers, but they're real. Exhibit A is a December 12, 2024 memo from William J. Burns, director of the CIA, to Janet Yellen at Treasury, CCing 6 others. It outlines using targeted sanctions to shape Musk's risk calculus if I remained in government service. He clicks a remote. 2 LED screens activate, displaying the memo in 100-point font. The room inhales collectively. The CIA seal, the unambiguous text. Musk's continued participation in Trump administration is contrary to national stability objectives. Musk, note the footnotes citing Shelby Pearson, formerly the ODNI election czar, who wrote, Starlink coverage grants Musk disproportionate influence. Curtail via OFAC pressure if he refuses exit. Maggie Haberman, NYT, calls out, Are you asserting a coup inside the bureaucracy? Musk, I'm asserting a pressure campaign. Decide for yourselves whether that's a soft coup. He opens Exhibit B, emails from Gary Gensler, SEC, to Gina Raimondo, Commerce, discussing synchronized enforcement timelines. Laura Ingram's brows shoot up. Jim Acosta reads along, lips moving. General Keane steps forward. Keane, for 36 years in uniform, I obeyed civilian oversight. These documents betray that principle. The chain of command does not include shadow sensors with Gmail accounts. Someone shouts, Is the president aware? The East Room doors open. Donald Trump himself appears, flanked by Stephen Miller and John Ratcliffe. Reporters pivot. Trump gestures, proceed. He stays silent, arms folded, letting Musk command the room. Musk lifts Exhibit C, a transcript from NSA code word collection Starwatch. It logs a secure signal call between Senator Mark Warner and Representative Adam Schiff, discussing leveraging Musk's Chinese exposure. Another screen lights. We squeeze him on Tesla Shanghai subsidies. He'll back down. The stamp reads Rel. 2 FEY. Shockwave. American legislators using foreign vulnerabilities? Glenn Greenwald tweets openly from row 3. Congress conspiring with Intel? Musk drops receipts. Musk, they miscalculated. I'm not resigning. I'm revealing. He opens the attaché again, produces a micro SD card the size of a fingernail. Musk, here's 238 gigabytes of supporting material. PDFs, chain of custody logs, even Slack exports where certain staff joke about our palace coup. I'm publishing it on a mirrored IPFS gateway in 30 minutes. You'll find hashes on my X account for verification. Tucker Carlson beams. Rachel Maddow looks grim but intrigued. Jeff Bezos, watching from a remote link per Bloomberg's Sheeran, reportedly texts get legal on this. Peter Thiel addresses the room. Thiel, conspiracies succeed by remaining hidden. Once exposed, they dissolve. That's what today is for. Bob Woodward asks, voice low, Mr. Musk, whistleblower law protects federal employees when disclosing wrongdoing. Do you claim that status? Musk, I claim the First Amendment and the presidential directive for transparency. But if they want to prosecute, let them. I have good lawyers and better rockets. Snickers ripple. Musk toggles slide deck mode. Graphs appear showing coincidental dips in Tesla stock corresponding to SEC meeting dates. A timeline of Starlink Pentagon contract reevaluations within 48 hours of Musk's public defense of Trump on Truth Social. A correlation matrix linking negative Washington Post op-eds to Commerce FOIA-exempt briefings. Musk, data beats narrative. A voice booms from the back. CIA spokesperson Tammy Kupperman-Thorpe. These leaks endanger sources and methods. Musk, I've redacted names of field assets. Unlike your memo, which threatened to leverage my children's school security. Page 7, line 12. Gasps. Kayleigh McEnany looks toward the Secret Service detail. They tense but hold point 10:37 a.m. The flash drive drop. A staffer wheels out a stainless steel lectern holding a tempered glass lockbox. Musk places the micro SD inside, seals it with an epoxy-filled numeric smart lock, and hands both physical key fobs to Jim Jordan, Chair, House Judiciary, and Rand Paul, Senate Oversight Hawk, who have taken seats unnoticed in the front row. Musk, Congress will supervise the chain of custody. If I'm arrested or harmed, they'll release the decryption key publicly. Anderson Cooper, do you fear for your life? Musk, someone once tried to short Tesla into oblivion. I drove a roadster past their shuttered hedge fund. Fear is negotiable. Freedom isn't. 10:45 a.m., the backroom recording. Musk cues Exhibit D. An audio clip plays over loudspeakers. Voices, we can bribe him with lunar gateway slots. If not, we hit SpaceX with environmental violations. A third voice, call it the green option, gets Greta on board. Musk IDs speakers as mid-level NASA and EPA officials. John Roberts, Fox, raises an eyebrow. Isn't manipulating environmental regs for politics illegal? Musk, yes. That's why you're hearing it. 11:02 a.m. Market earthquake. Phones buzz. The Dow dips 600 points. Tesla rallies 14%. Raytheon drops 8%. Bloomberg's Jennifer Jacobs blurts. Markets are moving on your words. Musk, truth affects valuation. Should I lie to stabilize an index? Ask Enron how that ends. 11:10 a.m. Direct message from Langley. A Secret Service agent passes Musk a note. He reads, smirks. Musk, CIA requests a private briefing to contextualize the leaks. My response is public. The context is the Constitution. We can chat after you clean house. Trump finally steps to the mic. Trump, this is what draining the swamp looks like, folks. Tremendous job, Elon. Biggest reveal since Snowden. Maybe bigger, they're saying. He winks. Applause erupt from half the room. Stunned silence from the rest. 11:17 a.m. The pledge. Musk raises his right hand. Musk, I swear under penalty of perjury that every document I presented is authentic to the best of my knowledge. If an agency contests authenticity, provide the metadata publicly. Let's crowdsource the verification. He signs an affidavit on the podium. Teal and Keen countersign. McEnany notarizes. 11:20 a.m. Firehose Q&A. Question spray. Will this jeopardize SpaceX ISS resupply? Are foreign intel services involved? What about China? Musk answers in rapid-fire staccato. ISS. Already secured fallback via Starship automated logistics. NASA can't boycott what it needs. Foreign intel. FSB tried cyber phishing. They failed. China. Shanghai Gigafactory is insulated. CCP doesn't love me, but they loathe rogue U.S. factions more. 11:34 a.m. The closing gambit. Musk produces a final page. A handwritten note from Robert Oppenheimer to President Eisenhower, 1958, cautioning about the permanent agency mindset. Musk found it in a Los Alamos archive digitized by OpenAI. He reads Oppenheimer's line aloud. A government that forgets it belongs to its people risks becoming captive to its own apparatus. He folds the page. Musk, 67 years later, the apparatus tried to capture this administration. It failed. Transparency 1. 11:40 a.m. Adjournment. Trump clasps Musk's shoulder. Reporters surge forward. Agents form a cordon. Over the din, Musk calls. Musk, press copies on encrypted USBs outside. Check the SHA. 256 hashes. Don't trust. Verify. He exits through side doors with Teal and Keen. Trump lingers, grinning for cameras. In the corridors, aides already nicknamed the morning Firewall Friday. Within hours, House committees schedule hearings. SEC officials lawyer up. Trending hashtag split between hashtag drain the deep state and hashtag Musk leaks treason. Market's real, but by closing Bell Tesla holds its gain, and Starlink signups spiked 22%. Analysts note the irony. An attempt to break Musk's influence just amplified it. Epilogue. 28 hours later. The IPFS gateway survives 3 denial-of-service waves. Reddit threads dissect PDF page numbers like Talmudic scholars. College students print posters of Musk holding Exhibit A beside Oppenheimer's quote. Late Saturday night, Musk tweets a selfie at Boca Chica, stacking Starship tonight. Transparency isn't rocket science. Rocket science is rocket science. 3 minutes later, a curt statement from Langley. The CIA will cooperate fully with congressional oversight. Wall Street bets it won't be optional. 72 hours later, Monday, 6:05 a.m. The pre-dawn streets around Capitol Hill crawl with satellite trucks. Inside the Hart Senate office building, electricians work overnight to retrofit room 216 with a terabit fiber trunk. Today's hearing will be the most watched since Watergate. 8 a.m. Select Committee convenes. Chair Senator Rand Paul gavels in. Beside him sit Senators Josh Hawley, Kirsten Sinema, Elizabeth Warren, and Mark Warner. The last staring straight ahead, jaw set. His own voice appeared on Musk's Exhibit C. C-SPAN, Fox, CNN, and an army of Twitch restreamers go live. Paul. The committee will examine allegations of coordinated coercion by unelected officials against director Elon Musk. Musk enters wearing the same charcoal flight jacket, flanked by counsel Harmeet Dillon and Alan Dershowitz. He places a chunky, transparent laptop on the witness desk. A prototype Neuralink-hardened, quantum-encrypted machine, nicknamed Canary Zero. A single status LED throbs, teal blue. 8:11 a.m. Opening statement. Musk doesn't read prepared notes. He speaks as screens behind him unfurl a dynamic diagram called the leverage map. Animated arrows trace how 5 agencies, CIA, NSA, SEC, Treasury, Commerce, loop influence through journalists, think tanks, and EcoNGOS to apply pressure torques against disfavored actors. The room is dead quiet except for shutter clicks. Musk, it's not a conspiracy theory if you can animate it in real time with primary source metadata. 8:29 a.m. Enter Jeff Bezos. From the audience gallery, Jeff Bezos requests recognition as an affected party. Paul allows 2 minutes. Bezos, SpaceX competes for government contracts. Musk leaks tilt the field. Musk, smiling, competition improves the breed. Want to disclose Blue Origin's lobbying memos while we're at it. 8:45 a.m. The Artemis packet. Musk unveils exhibit. A tranche of NASA Slack logs labeled Moonshot derail. They show senior Artemis program managers discussing how a political freeze on SpaceX's Starship lunar variant would rebalance Bezos' protest. Senator Warren's eyes widen. She'd champion Artemis as a jobs engine for Massachusetts robotics firms. 9:17 a.m. Blackout attempt. Suddenly, every monitor flickers. Cyberattack. Canary Zero's LED turns crimson, then green. Musk types 3 commands. The committee feeds restore. He leans into the mic. That packet came from an AWS GovCloud IP block. Jeff, you should secure your servers. Bezos reddens. Staff rush to phones. 10:03 a.m. Sworn testimony from Langley. A surprise witness appears on video. Richard Kemp, recently retired CIA Directorate of Digital Innovation Deputy. Under oath, he confirms an informal task force nicknamed Deep Ice that modeled regulatory pain points for high-tech executives viewed as unpredictable. Minutes later, Twitter, hashtag Deep Ice Files, Meltdown. 11:25 a.m. SEC chair resigns. News alerts ding across the hall. Gary Gensler has submitted his resignation, effective immediately. Senator Warner exhales sharply. Warren flips through briefing papers, recalculating angles. 12:02 p.m. Lunch recess / street rally. Outside, thousands gather, some waving drain the deep state banners, others holding Musk equals tech oligarch placards. An impromptu stage host, Joe Rogan, interviewing Tulsi Gabbard on a live stream watched by 18 million. Food truck vendors run out of shawarma. 01:30 p.m. Return to session. The school threat memo. Musk projects Exhibit F, an internal DHS document suggesting that revoking Secret Service protection for Musk's children might accelerate compliance. Audible gasps. Senator Sinema covers her mouth. Musk, threatening kids, crosses every line. Senator Hawley, DHS will answer for that. 2:05 p.m. Special counsel announced. Just as questioning resumes, phones buzz again. Attorney General Ken Paxton appoints Judge Amul Thapar as special counsel to investigate agency misconduct. Elizabeth Warren protests the choice. Paul bangs the gavel. The chair recognizes the news, but reminds members we are not the Justice Department. 2:47 p.m. Subpoena drama. Capitol Police enter with a subpoena for Musk, reportedly advanced by Representative Adam Schiff, alleging unauthorized release of SIGINT. Dershowitz whispers. Musk nods, signs receipt, then holds the subpoena aloft. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. I will testify anywhere. Just stream it live. Crowd in gallery erupts in applause. Paul threatens to clear the room, then lets it slide. 3:30 p.m. Bezos exit. Markets jolt. Bezos departs flanked by counsel. Within minutes, Blue Origin's Kent Washington bonds drop 6%. Tesla pops another 4%. Palantir surges on speculation it will audit agency data trails. 4:02 p.m. Oath Keeper's Clause. Musk closes his testimony by reciting the presidential transparency directive Trump signed at noon, forcing any federal office using the term national security to log actions in a blockchain ledger open to House oversight within 72 hours. Musk, from now on, secrecy must earn its way. Transparency is the default. 4:15 p.m. Adjournment. Paul gavels out. Reporters swarm. Musk is escorted through basement tunnels, but pauses long enough to tweet a selfie with cafeteria staff. Good hearings require good coffee. The post reaches 80 million impressions in 7 minutes. Nightfall. 3:12 a.m. Tuesday. At the Eisenhower EOB, lights burn in a secured conference room. Present. Trump, Paxton, Thiel, Keene, and FBI Director Christopher Wray. Intelligence briefers admit multiple unauthorized accesses to secure compartmented information facilities, likely insiders covering tracks. Trump, we need a house cleaning bigger than any in history. Ray, then you'll need manpower. Trump, we have SpaceX launch manifest for next week. Maybe we label this Operation Broomstick. Laughter diffuses tension, but no one doubts the gravity. Dawn raid? Not quite. Rumors swirl of imminent arrests. Instead, at 6 a.m., DHS issues mandatory administrative leave for 37 officials from CIA, NSA, SEC, and Commerce pending polygraphs. Cable panels oscillate between triumphalism and panic. 1 week later, Tuesday, the New York Times front page headline, Musk testimony sparks bipartisan push for agency sunsets. A Senate bill proposes automatic 10-year sunsets on all covert programs, unless reauthorized in public session. Senator Warren co-sponsors with Senator Hawley, an unheard-of alliance. Musk, back at Boca Chica, oversees Starship SN-34 stacking. Reporters shout, "Victory lap?" Musk, "No. This is ignition sequence start. We just cleared the tower." He points upward. The camera pans with him, catching a sunrise that paints stainless steel hulls rose gold. The imagery goes viral with a single-word caption, "Transparency." Post-credits vignette. Somewhere in Northern Virginia, two men in dark suits shred hard drives, muttering about Plan B. A third checks a secure phone, sees the blockchain ledger going live, and sighs. Guess we're out of the shadows for now. The overhead light flickers, then steadies. Fade to black.